Okay, can y'all do me a favor and look at your band app and see if this is working? Okay. Yay! Okay, now hopefully they can hear me because I have no idea. It's just doing that. There's nothing there. So it's slowly coming. It's just delayed.
And I can hear you.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, it's set on a delay, so they're like 5 seconds behind us. All right. Okay. Thank y'all for coming. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible because I know we all want to go home, especially me. My kids have eaten chicken nuggets and just whatever they can find in the fridge today. So it's probably better for me to go home and feed them some actual food. So I'm going to just go through the handbook and we're going to talk about each kind of little thing. A lot of it is similar to last year, but there are some updates, some things that we're changing. So just going to go through that real quick. The coaching structure is the same. Some groups have a head coach, a lead coach, and some of them will even have like a junior assistant coach because we have 11, 12 in a group this year in some of the groups. So if they have, a certain amount, we'd like to have a little extra in there. So each level, like I said, has their own coaches. When we get to the groups and the times and all that, then I'll share with you that information. So if you have any issues in your practices or with your groups, you go to your head coach first. If they don't know the answer, or they can't help you, then you can come to me. And then if you still feel like it's not resolved, then you can go to Andy, who's the owner of the gym. So that way you have kind of a chain of command and you're not just, hopefully we can, whatever it is, we can resolve it, figure it out, and go from there. Okay, there are 3 different bodies that host competitions. There's AAU, NGA, and USAG. Last year we did level 1 and 2 AAU and NGA the rest of the way up. We used to do USA, all. It really all just depends every time on yeah, no. Somebody's asking me questions about this, so this year we have decided to go all NGA across the board, all levels. So that way we can go to the same competitions because it was hard last year because some had to go to AU, some had to go to NGA, and now that we understand NGA better and we were watching the level 1s and 2s at the competitions, we like how it works because we can pretty much, we don't have to do their choreography. We can do our own choreography, play to our strengths, play to our kids' strengths, and we don't have to do the cookie cutter routines that USA Gymnastics has, or AAU, because AAU uses USA Gymnastics routines. So we can use our own routines. They just give us a guideline. NGA gives us a guideline. You have to have this many skills. There's certain things that you have to hit, but outside of that, we have some play with the routines. We can do our own choreography, that sort of thing. So that being said, there will be a small choreography fee this year because we are going to hire out for a choreography just to make sure it looks good. They're hitting every aspect from a judge's point of view. So we're actually going to have Megan Bauer do the lower levels this year because she is a judge. She's great at choreography. She's great with the kids. So she's actually going to be here at camp tomorrow and Friday. But she will be later on coming in choreographing teams. So once they get up to level 4, the gymnast can choose who choreographs the routine. You can use Megan, but I have several different people that do choreography, and the further away they are, then you have to pay travel and all that. But and some are as high as $3 and $3.50. We are just going to charge y'all $15 a person and have Megan come in and do a blanket routine for levels 1 and 2, probably even 3, because they can all do the same routine, but we can change skills out. And we can if it doesn't fit for one kid, we can say, okay, you do this instead, and that's easy. So, but we're just gonna have her come in and do that, and so that it's easier to coach them and teach them the routines and everything when everybody's the same. But that way we have some play with that. So that's what we're doing this year for levels 1, 2, and 3. 4, they'll each have their own routine, and 5 and 6, and so on and so on. There's a developmental roadmap that kind of talks about how it works here. In the preteam level, which is our level 1s, we start them out as preteam, and then when they're ready, then they can compete level 1. It's pretty basic, especially because of you found us. We were hiding from you guys.
No, we were sitting in the lobby just chilling.
Oh my gosh. I said you was late. I was in there and told everybody at 6:30. I'm just kidding. You can you want to grab some chairs, or there's one right here. I don't know. How many questions you gonna ask me? But anyway, so preteam level 1 is obviously where most of the kids start. They go through the developmental levels, which are 2 through 5. There are levels, which you'll see at competitions, that are like Excel, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, whatever. There's a sapphire now. And we have used those in the past when we were doing the cookie cutter routines, and we had kids that didn't fit in the cookie cutter routine. We don't really need to do that anymore with NGA because we can cater the routine to them. So makes it kind of nice. So instead of switching gears or whatever, they can just stay in that level, or whatever level fits what goes with what skills they're at. And some kids do repeat levels, and that's totally cool. And I need to make sure that parents understand that sometimes it's really useful and helpful for a kid to repeat a level. Just for instance, sorry, I'm going to use Destiny. Destiny, because she's one of the most recent ones. She repeated level 3 last year, and now she's a beast. Like we had the guest coach today, Morgan. She's like, "Oh my gosh, that kid, she's awesome. She's amazing." Yeah, she repeated level 3, and it made all the difference in the world. Like now she's killing it. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to repeat level, and that's okay. Every kid is different. If they go through proof spurt, or a life event, or whatever, sometimes they need that extra time. And as long as they are still improving and they're still enjoying it, then it's okay. I just want to make sure that parents understand that. We do have some checkoffs, and I'll show you where the posters are when we're done, so you guys can kind of see where we've been trying to track them. We get distracted sometimes and get excited about what we're doing in practice, and we forget to track them. But we have been kind of tracking their skills, so you guys can see that, except for 5 and up. We don't do it. Just through 1 through 4. We know where they're at with the 5, 6. We don't necessarily track it, but I can talk to each of the parent about that. And then once they get up level 6, then they have to score out certain scores and whatnot. Skills are a lot harder. So once we get to that point. Okay. Competition season, because we are going NGA, it is spring season, starts in January, ends depending on what happens. State meet isn't usually towards the end of April this year. But if they qualify for regionals, which all of our kids qualified this year, regionals were May 20th. There is a nationals, and everybody kind of complained that it was so late. Because I was like, we're not going to nationals. I'm dragging out the season a whole another month. So they are talking about trying to push all that back. So we'll see what happens this next season and where it's at. Also, maybe it was in New Orleans this year, and I feel like it's not a kid-friendly place. So I didn't even entertain the idea. So next year we'll kind of see where they hosted and what's going on before I make a decision. But it can be a lot of fun, and when they get to go to those big competitions, and it really gets them excited and pushes them and helps motivate them. So even regionals can too. So let's see. So I have on here stronger attendance equals stronger success. The more they're here, obviously the better they're going to get. more times they take off, the vacations, the whatnot, it's going to put them behind. It's going to make them, not as ready as the ones who are here on a regular basis. So that is super important. Especially the harder the skills get, even more important it is. Summer practices are extremely important and are mandatory. Probably seen already from the girls coming summer. They're just picking up skills like crazy. We do a lot of strength training, a lot of shaping, and they're getting introduced to some new things. So it's really important that they're here over the summertime. No, Annalise got her high bar kit today. She was so excited. Did she even tell you? She did. There was so much going on today. She probably, by the time she left, she probably forgot. But we end up getting a lot of new things, and so it's exciting. We do not prorate for missed practices, family vacations, stuff like that. We do try to entertain makeups for team. Most gyms do not. I'm telling you right now that is not a thing. When I tell people that we do that, they're like, why? Because sometimes it is hard when you have a different level, jumping into a different level and all that. But I want our girls to succeed. I want them to get better. And I understand that things are going to come up and you're going to have family events that you absolutely can't miss or whatever. And so those things happen, and I want them to have the opportunity to still come in and practice and get ready. But just keep in mind that it is different when they hop into a different level's practice. They're not going to get the same out of it as they would if they're in because those lesson plans are specifically geared towards that level and where those kids are at. So that's why. Okay. Illness and injuries are part of life. They're going to happen. Most of our injuries don't even happen in here. Our kids come in and they're like, I fell in a hole in my grandma's yard. Or I flew off the trampoline at home. So when those things happen, it's very important that they still come to gym. Okay? If it is a arm, we can do lower body stuff. If it is a leg, we can do core and upper body stuff. There are still things that they can do and things that they're seeing and they're learning from watching practice, even if they're injured. So I have lists upon lists upon lists. Just ask Hayden; she's done them all. For when they have injuries of conditioning that they can do. So when we go to this event, okay, here's your list while we're on this event. Okay, go to this event, okay, then here's your list. Because if they're not doing those skills, they're losing their muscle and they're not going to be as agile when they come back. But if they're in and they're working and they're stretching, some of them are stretching this. Like they still have to stretch. They still have to do these things to make sure that they're still going to be okay. If there are injuries that the doctor says absolutely not, they're not coming. I get it. Like that's fine. They can take that time or whatever. But we would prefer a doctor's note. Just because we've had kids, oh no, I'm injured, so I can't come in. Okay, are you really? Like, so we just gotta make sure. Hopefully none of y'all would ever do that. But just so that, obviously, it's not just hurting your kid, but it hurts us as a team. Because then when they come back, we have to go back and retrace a bunch of stuff with that kid where everybody else is already gone. So it's really important. So, okay. If you know you're going to miss practice, please let us know. You can, most of you have my cell phone number. You can text me. That's fine. But if they're not in my level and they're in one of the other and you don't have that coach's cell phone number, you can individually message someone on it. You can do it as a private message or you can do it group, obviously, for something like that. Just private message their coach or me or whatever and let them know what's going on. So that you can plan accordingly. Okay. Uniform, one-piece Leos. I like their stomach showing. This is mostly for a safety. Okay. When you're spotting them, your hand slide into their pants or their top or whatever, which obviously that would make us all feel very uncomfortable. And if they're twisting or turning and our hand gets caught in there, we could get injured, then the kids get injured, and then so we don't have to. So one piece Leo is very, very important for practice. Hair up and out of their face. Regular hair ties. Frenchies do not hold their hair; they just fly out. There has to be an actual tighter hairband. Snacks and drinks. If they have time in between events, they're allowed to, put a couple something in their mouth. Please, please, please make sure they are bringing healthy snacks. We're going to talk about nutrition on Thursday, I think it is, and I have a thing planned. Thursday or Friday. To talk about nutrition. Fuel in equals fuel out, and that's what we're going to talk about. That it's important to fuel their bodies. They need to eat. They need to eat a lot when they're doing gymnastics, but what they eat is also really important. So we're going to go over all of that and make sure that they know that it's okay to have those fun, chocolate snacks or whatever sometimes too. Like, you have to have those too in your body. You have to have that every once in a while. But we're going to talk about that. So you can back that up by what snacks they're bringing to practice. I'm going to try to come up with some lists and stuff to send home with you to help some ideas of things you can pack their own snacks. There's no reason they can't pack their own snacks. Have a list. I've got some gymnasts who have a list on their fridge of things, and then they can go in and find those things and Ziploc bagging up or whatever and pack their own snacks. So that's something that you can do. Arriving on time, super important. We use the warm up for shaping. We're working on pointing our toes, keeping our legs straight, and all those things. We're not just out there throwing our bodies around and warm up. It's really important. The warm up's very important. So we want to make sure that they're there on time. No jewelry. Make sure that they don't have dangly things. No hoop earrings. I've had to lately have been telling a lot of the younger ones, can't wear that, you can't wear that. So I'd rather them just not bring it to practice because then it gets left in cubbies and whatnot. So okay, the competition schedule this year, which I'm going to send this out to you guys in an email, hopefully. And the first, we're going to do first we do a mock meet. Just so you know, we bring a judge in every year. We do a mock meet. Make sure the kids understand the routines and they can put you in front of people. And I let you guys come and watch. And they wear their uniform and everything. And we bring in a judge. There's a minimal fee. It's like $12 or $15 for you guys to pay to have a judge come in. And they show the routines and go through everything. The judge gives us actual scores, and it gives the gymnast an idea of how things are going to go and how it works. That's usually sometime before the first meet, which this year our first meet is going to be the weekend of January 5th. It's early, so they need to be here over Christmas break as much as possible.
I don't understand that.
Thanks. Thank you for that.
For like the whole break.
Well, okay, so we will, I gotta look, I can't remember we'll scatter in some practices. They'll most likely be daytime practices. And we'll scatter them in, and like, let's say we do 4 practices. They need to be at least 2 of those. Like, people are going to do stuff for their families for Christmas and whatnot. Let me tell you why we're going to this competition, okay? We're going to the Atlanta Crown, which is put on by Gwinnett, because they brought 81 gymnasts to our competition last year for House of 8. So we're doing this like, hey, you came to ours, we're going to come to yours, kind of. We don't have near as many kids as they do, but I still feel like it's important that we return that favor. So that's why we're going to that competition. And I know it's really early, and I'm sorry. Even our coaches were like, "Ooh," but yeah, okay. It's a great meet though. It's ran really well. They've been doing it for I don't even know how long, decades. This meet has been going on for decades. So it's a good one. And then levels 3 and up are going to go to Nashville. Only levels 3 and up are going to go to Nashville. So that'll be fun. Nashville Nights. And then that's February 2nd through that weekend, the first weekend in February. And then the weekend of February 10th, levels 1 and 2 are going to go to Heart of Gold Invitational. I don't remember oh wait, it tells me. Carrollton, that one's in Carrollton. So that's close by, easy. And then, levels 3 and up, we're going to go to the Cartersville Invitation. So we're going to be right in town. It's going to be at the Twisters Gym.
No, when is it?
Oh, that one is February 17th. Sorry. And then February 23rd, levels 1 and 2 are going to go to Pause for a Cause, which is down in Atlanta. So that'll be their big meet. But it's local because it's in Atlanta, so it's not too far. You don't have to spend the night or anything. But that meet is humongous. They're going to walk in, have to be there early because you're going to walk in and they're going to be like, whoa, it's in the World Congress Center. It's massive. So, then, February 29th is going to be levels 2 and up. This is going to be the travel meet for levels 2 and up, and it's Jekyll Island. So that's going to be fun. That's our fun travel meet, and that's the end of February. And then, no, you guys aren't going to Pause for a Cause. Like, some are going to some and not others.
I got that from school. We're talking
Went to Nashville, just out of Hawaii. Still a plane, don't worry about your family.
If you want to pay for us to go to Hawaii, let's do it.
Delta Sky Miles going.
The only meet in March is ours, which is House of Angels. It's going to be the weekend of March 13th. We're not doing Winter Jam this year. We're only doing House of Angels. We're going to make it as big as we possibly can.
Where is it?
No Winter Jam.
I don't know yet.
And no Winter Jam.
They
And
won't
no,
fly, so I got to keep bugging them.
and no, what's the first one normally? Greenwich. So no Greenwich and no Winter. Okay.
Yeah, we mixed it all up this year.
Yeah.
We mixed it all up. And then state meet is the weekend of April 19th. So people are always asking me, my kid qualified for state? Let me just tell you, in all my years, I think I've only had one kid that didn't qualify for state, and that's because they struggled on one event. Usually all go to state. I don't, you have to qualify to go, but that's something that's not really ever been a problem here. So just plan on it. State is wrapped into your fees. If for some reason your kid doesn't go, then we'll work that out, but it's very rare that somebody doesn't make it. And then they have not given me the regional. So as soon as I get that, I'll pass it.
There's state.
States, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of the stuff they haven't even put out there. So as soon as I get it, I will tell you. Promise. So I don't know. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so financial commitment, because level 1's only go to 3 weeks, theirs is less. They have 3 months of $140. They're done. So that's
So
easy.
we drop down. That's just said they don't love
Level 2 is 6 months. Starting, all these start in September, by the way, because in August I'm going to hit you with stuff. So I'm trying to help you out the best I can. I haven't given the number yet.
Okay.
So level 2 is $165 for 6 months. They have 1 travel meet, so that's why they're not the same as 3 and up. 3 and up has 2 travel meets. They're going to be $200 for 6 months. This is on top of your tuition. So plus your regular tuition. And Jana likes to put it all in one, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can feel it.
I know. I used to have her do like one at the beginning of the month and one in the middle, and she wants it all in one now. So sorry. I know. The good thing is, if you do the fundraisers, you just tell Jana and she will apply it to whatever you want to apply to, or if you want to or tell Hallie. Hallie is really good at this too. So if you say, okay, I made $400 off of this competition, can you put $200 this month, $200 next month, or whatever? They can do that. You just have to tell them they'll put it in the notes. They'll take care of that. They're very good at helping you do all of that. it's not going up in the fall. You're what you're paying this summer is the same in the fall. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Now all the other things that you have to pick. I'm sorry. I'm just putting it all out there right now so you know it's all up front. Your NGA number is $40, so everybody has to have an NGA number to compete. But that comes with like certain insurance. It covers NGA, covers us, like it's for all the competitions because competitions are sanctioned. So every kid has to have a number, every coach has to have a number, every official has to have a number. Certain volunteers, depending on what they're doing, they even have to have numbers to make sure everybody is good to go. So the way that we're gonna do that is we're gonna charge $40 on your account, and then we're gonna get your numbers. You're supposed to fill out a paper. I found out this out. Apparently, it's supposed to be questioned. You're supposed to fill out this paper and turn it into a file with your signature. So I'm gonna send those out.
Send the link.
We have to print it, and you have to fill it out, and I have to see. It's not like I know. Well, you know, NGA is new, so they're still working all these bugs out.
So the one we did online don't have to count?
Did one online for NGA? I thought I did.
They sent it over, and now I have like this whole NCA parent account, and I had to like this paperwork submitted.
Maybe we can still do it that way. When I do it, I know they all have it, and it's done, and I'm not tracking parents down.
Yeah,
because last time I was tracking parents down. Hey, you still haven't got your number. You still haven't got your number. I have to have this because I can't even put them in competitions without that number.
Yeah, it was right after we paid for the number.
Right.
I got a link after that.
Okay. Oh, after you did it. Okay. I think I still put them in there. I just didn't have you turn that paperwork into me, which I was supposed to do. So, yeah. But I don't want to track people down. So we usually just do it. Actually, I make this. She got to earn her keep. I'm just kidding. Okay, so that's the number. Okay, this is the rough one. Y'all don't want to hear this. This is the leotard. Yeah. New leotards this year. I don't have an exact number yet. I met with Megan from GK last week, and we went through everything. She's trying to get it where I want it, which I told her I want it 300 or less. I'm trying. But this is not for level 1, so don't freak out, level 1. This is levels 2 and up. And the only reason I'm going to do 2s this year, which next year the 1s can keep the leotards for 2s. The reason I'm doing 2s this year is because we keep these leotards for 2 years. So it'd be dumb for you to buy a Leo and then have to turn around and get a different one next year. So you're just going to keep this for 2 and 3, and then we'll get new ones. And then 1s can keep the leotard we do for next year, too. And then the next leotard cycle, you'll get the 2. So I know it's not really fair for the every other year, but it's better than a whole new leotard each time. So when we get these, we make sure they fit for 2 years, which parents are always worried about. But these leotards, they stretch and they grow with the kid, so it's really not as bad as you think. And you can't get them too big because they're baggy, and then they like do a straddle and you see everything. So you have to make sure they fit correctly. And so we'll do that with you guys, and we'll make sure they fit and everything. I've been doing this for way too many years now. So, but right now what we're looking at for level 1 is expecting to pay between $95 and $105 for their lead. And then the other guys we're looking at somewhere between $325, maybe. I don't know. I'm really I'm trying. You better get in and break some cups. That's all I know.
I hadn't said a word.
We are keeping the same warm-ups, though, so if they already have a warm-up, you don't have to get a new warm-up. But a new warm-up is $150 for the whole set, pants and jacket. But the jacket is got spangles on the back and their name embroidered on it. So, but if you already have it, you do not have to get that again.
So
The warm up is the same. So same pants, same jacket. She didn't get the jacket yet. Did she get the pants? Did we order them? We just got some leggings. Okay. Yeah, we keep the same warm up for you. So we have 2 more years of this warm up.
okay, so
No, the backpack's completely separate. Okay, so that's a whole nother thing. So the backpacks, I don't make a backpack mandatory. But I prefer. Good. Hold on, talking too much. I prefer if they get the backpack through the pro shop, so it looks nice and it has our logo and all of that. But if not, that's fine. They need to at least have some kind of backpack to carry around at the meets because they're gonna take their warm up off. They're gonna put it in there. They're gonna have their shoes. You know, they might have a snack if it's a meet that goes through lunch or dinner. They might need something in there to keep them going. So they gotta have a water bottle. So you need to make sure your backpack has a thing for an outside water bottle. Do not let them put their drinks inside their bags. You know how many times they've spilled their stuff on their clothes. They have a couple of different options now. They have a couple of different options, I think. But
yeah, that's a nice thing.
yeah,
Once you get the name put on there, it's like 100. The bag itself is 85.
but you don't have to rush into that. Like if you want to wait on that.
Can we order just the pants?
Yes,
Order
you
the
can. I'm gonna put out. Yeah, I'll put out the order forms. You can get everything. The pants are not that bad. I think they're like $35 for the pants. It's the jacket that's expensive.
They probably call them short.
Yeah, really. Wow.
From a 3.5 short to 6.
Yeah, she has grown a lot. Okay, I already told you about the choreography fees. And when you go to a competition, you have to pay to get in. So there's that fee. So depending on where the meet is and whatever, depends on what the local, like smaller, if it's at their gym, it's usually like 8 or 10. But if you go to another facility, it's going to be. Sometimes we do clinics or workshops where we bring in outside coaches or outside judges or different things like that. They're usually optional, but like highly recommended because you don't want to miss out on those opportunities. We don't do them real often, but when we do, I would really like for them to be here. We brought in a bar coach. And he was phenomenal. And it was amazing. The girls who were here got a lot out of it. So it was really good. Or in the spring, we brought him in the spring. Okay. The summer camp, which we do, and then I only do 200 for those because your tuition is included in part of that, so that's why it's so cheap for 4 days of all day. Most summer camps for that are going to run you for at least. So we try to make it affordable because I want all the girls to be here. I want them to get a lot out of it today. I'm sure you've all already heard some of the stuff from today. And then we have sometimes we'll try to all do something together as a team building thing and all go to the same place. We do have an end of the year banquet, and depending on where we do it and how we do it, this year we got really lucky because was it your mom or your mom helped with everything and made it a lot more affordable for everybody, and but it was absolutely gorgeous. So yeah. Oh, whatever. Her food was so good. I'm killing her who said that. And then you incur your own travel expenses when we go to travel meets and stuff like that. So, okay. But that's pretty much what encapsulates the financial. We do have fundraising opportunities. So take advantage of these. So a couple things. We have monthly fundraisers, which are we do them in conjunction with the cheer gym because the more people who participate, the more profit you get off of your items. So it's really good for that. Our hosted competition we did the House of Angels. Some families made $500 and $700 that weekend. So if the more people that work in your family, it counts for everybody who works. So, and we do like per session. I think we did like $50 a session for that because it was two beats going on at the same time. And there was 4 sessions. So one person could make $200 for the day to go towards your account. It's coming in and kind of fun. We have a good time. Yes. I can. I told her that last year. I was like, you need to tell me when you're doing these so I can make sure. Because you're supposed to be getting the emails, and I don't know if you always are. So
Yeah, I find out that this will post on Facebook.
So Keisha's the only one keeping up. So maybe we should put you in charge. Yeah. Yeah, they're supposed to be. Everybody's supposed to be getting all of them. So I'll find out what's going on with that and make sure. But usually the packets are sitting up here at the front. Just have to inquire if you're not sure. But I'll try to make sure that is a little bit more. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Okay, I will work on that. I'll work on that. We also have the extravaganza, which parents that work that get money towards their account. And then we do sponsorships for the meets. Okay, you can count. It's basically like advertisements, but you get 50% of whatever you bring in. So we have 3 different things they can do. Like a corporate one's 1,000, which that's the big banner that's hanging up over there. We have 2 this year, corporate ones. So you take out what the banner costs, which I think was like 100 and something, like 110, 115. We take the rest of that and we divide it in half. Half goes towards the competition and half goes into your account. Then we did for $500 was called a business sponsorship, and then 100 to 250 is friends and family, that kind of thing. We put their sponsorship on the website for the meet, and we have little signs that we put out for whoever does it for the 500 or the 150, 200. Just the $1,000 one gets the booth. I have it done, but I'm having trouble with my email. So as soon as I figure this out, I've been trying all day to send you guys the paperwork to sign from this meeting, and it won't send. So those are they're due in December because the sponsorship runs January to December. So we leave up their stuff for that whole year. I was talking about. Oh, the paperwork. Okay. Yeah, I'll get to that in just a minute. That's at the end. Communication. Make sure you're on band, obviously. I do a lot of communicating through there. It just makes it a lot simpler. Everything's in one place. All your practice schedules, meetings, all that kind of stuff is all in one place. You can always email me. Usually pretty good about getting back. Maybe not that exact day, but really close to it, depending on what I've got going on. But the Vicky@stingrayallstars.com, that's my email. If you get anything from the gym, it's going to come from gymnastics@stingrayallstars.com. That is important because that's usually your billing stuff, other things going on in the gym if we're having kids' night out, stuff like that, private lessons. That's going to come from that email. If you get an email that says the gym is closed, Okay? It does not always mean youth. It just means the gym is closed for classes. So always check bands or your emails from me because a lot of times, like Christmas break, we can't not have practice before our January 5th. But they send out a blanket email that goes to everybody. They can't just not click on you guys. So they send it out to everybody and says, the gym's closed. That doesn't mean that's for you. Sorry. But yeah, just keep an eye on my end and the band and all of that. Every once in a while I mess up bands, so you might need to check me. But I try really hard, and the more levels we have, the harder this is getting to keep up. But that's okay. I was gonna say something. Okay, maybe I'll remember later. Yeah, we are definitely though for next summer gonna close for the week of 4th of July again. I think it's a good break for them. In the summer when we're all working really hard and doing a lot, it's a good break in the middle of the summer. So you can count that week off for sure. So, okay. Okay, I'm going to come back to this for just the preteen because everybody else already knows about meets and how that works. Stingray logo, remember that you cannot put the Stingray logo on anything without getting permission. They have branded everything and they have everything licensed. So they pay the licensing fees so that everything has to go through them. That's why you have to get all your apparel through them. They put out 2 emails a year to parents. You have to pay attention. It will come from the front. It will come from the gymnastics email that says parent apparel. Okay, one is in the fall, one is in the spring. Most people usually miss this, but it does go out because I've seen it, and then people are like, I didn't get it. Yes, you did. You got it. You just didn't open it. But they put two out a year, and one for winter stuff, and then one for summer stuff, and it's really early. So, like, winter apparel email will probably come in August. Okay, that way you get everything by the time they make everything. You get it by winter. But they'll have like a link to the Full Out Sports, and that you can use the gymnastics logo and put it on multiple different things that they're offering. So you get to choose what you want to put it on and the size and all that, because they don't carry it on a regular basis. So have to pay attention when those come out. If you want parent apparel for meets and stuff, and you can get stuff for your kids too, you can get in kid sizes. So just pay attention when those emails come out. So we carry a few things here and there. Up here, but there you'll be able to, it's a lot broader range. Okay. Okay. So there is a $50 membership fee for the team, and that's basically just saying, yes, I'm committed. Here's all my paperwork, and then we use that money to take care of all this paperwork. And that is going to be due at the end of this month. So the paperwork and the $50 is going to be due July 31st. Then leotard, warm-ups, and all that will be due August. I'm not sure exactly what day, probably mid-August. The sooner we get it in, the bigger discount we get. So she's basing her prices that she's trying to get me down under for a discount as long as we place it by the end of August. So that's why I'm pushing that. Just the leotard, not the warm-up.
Right. So Leo's
every 2 years we change our leotard.
Okay.
Yeah, we sent her 2 options, and she's having them price them and give us a mock-up. I was hoping it would be done by today, but it's not. So I could give you guys the stats. So once I see that and see which one we can get down into our price range, and I'll give that all to you guys. Then the level 1 leotard is going to be almost identical, but it won't have jewels, it'll have sequins and that sort of thing to make it less expensive. Actually, it might be supplement. She said less expensive supplement, which means it'll look like the other leotards, like the lines and stuff, but it's all one piece. So it's cheaper to do one piece than it is. No, your daughter might have something to say about that too.
I was some rhinestones.
Okay, actually, a lot of gyms do their own rhinestones, and guess what? We find them all over the gym.
I was at your gym.
And then, yeah, then you got the kids who pick at them. Yeah, yeah. And then they have half their rhinestones missing. Yeah, it's not good. Right?
They are all custom.
And they're all custom, yeah. So yeah, so we'll do that's how I'm trying to spread this out for y'all. Look, I'm parent, I know how this works. So I mean at least. So yeah. It's right. It's worth it.
We're year 3. Okay.
Hey, we are a family here. We are a family here. I get to know your kids just as good as you do. I know when they're losing teeth and when they lost the tooth and when they start the period. I know it all. So guess what?
That's what I'm not ready for. Let's get back to the topic.
So the 3 things that you're going to sign, one is the financial commitment, just saying, yes, I agree, or the financial agreement, so it's called. And then you have policies and expectations for parents and gymnasts. It's very, very important that you read through this and go through it with your gymnast, because I'm going to open this. Whoops. Okay. Okay, some of these things I've already touched on, so I'm just going to kind of skip through the ones. When you go to a competition, or when you're sitting in the lobby, just remember you never know who's sitting around you, okay? Don't use bad language. It's sad that I have to say that, but I've had this happen. No profanity, abusive language, whatever. When you're at competitions, never know who's sitting around you. Don't talk about other gyms. I mean, if you're saying something positive, that's awesome, great. But, don't be like, oh, I don't like those leotards on that, or talk about individual kids, because that kind of stuff happens, and I don't want it to be us. I don't want it to be us. So, we'd like to keep the reputation that we have right now as, being good, friendly, nice people. Let's keep that going. Okay. No gossiping about anything. If you have a question about something, straight to the source. You don't feel comfortable with that, come to me. Hey, I've had some weird things. I've heard such and such happened with blah, 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 or whatever. Just ask me. Don't go to another parent. Did you hear about this? Do you know what's going on? That's not how we handle it. Just let me know, and I will do my best to get to the bottom of whatever it is. I always say, keep in mind, it's not a babysitting service. You can't just drop your kid off anytime and leave them here all day. But, if it means them coming to practice or not, you need to drop them 20 minutes early, and we're already here anyways, just ask me. And we will make sure that it works out, because we want them in practice, okay? So, if you have an appointment and you're like, ugh, I can't get them to the appointment, I can't get them to practice at time, just ask us. And if we're already here anyways, we'll work it out. We'll just lock them in the closet. No, I'm just kidding. So, we'll put them to work. Maybe they'll be sweeping. It's fine. But, that kind of stuff is okay, but just not on a regular basis. We're not talking about every week your kid is here 3 hours before practice starts or whatever, That's not okay. So, let's see. Okay, as far as social media goes, that kind of thing, no negative comments. It's in your contract. I know you have free speech, but in the contract it says you will not post negative things on social media. We don't need that kind of. We don't need that. Okay. As far as your children and their social media and phones, okay. It is up to you to monitor their stuff. Obviously, we are not. But they are still representing students. And this is something that you need to talk to them about. They are going to come to this gym. They are representing us. We expect them to be at a certain level. They should not be on there, with well, thing is now, they shouldn't be doing stuff like that with the face. They shouldn't be vaping and that's what they do. They Snapchat themselves doing these things. No, obviously, we are not going to allow that. That's not okay. And there could be consequences, and they need to understand. The girls need to know that's not it. We're not going to put up with it. Group chats and group messages. I would really prefer, if they're going to do that, I would prefer there is an adult that is monitoring it. I don't want a random. No, it's not me. It's not me. But there needs to be an adult monitoring that. I mean, even if you're not in the group, but you can read all the messages, that would count. But I don't want them just doing group messages without somebody monitoring. So, and they all need to know, hey, parents are monitoring this. Period. Yeah. Yeah.
Roblox character. Good. Monitor that.
What?
Oh, Roblox character. Okay, I'm just making sure. You said.
Is it sketch? No,
It's
not me. You are going to monitor.
It's a little sketchy. I blame my mom. Just saying.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like, we don't want to put out a negative reputation or anything.
We already monitored.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, practices can be changed at any time. Sometimes we have to move things around and change things. We don't do that very often, but when we do, we'll let you know. If we were to have issues with parents during practice, we can close practices. So we can say, okay, we're having too many distractions from the parents. You guys can't come watch practice. Just putting that out there. I haven't had to do that yet, but I've been close. Not since we've been here. Anyone threatening to quit or leave, I'm just going to come to you and I'm going to ask you to go. Because I don't need to. So if I find out you're going looking at other gyms, then it's time for you to go. So say la vie. Yeah, we're not.
She is legit about that.
I am legit about that. It's already happened. There's no reason for that. If you are on the fence and you don't feel like you can trust our training and what we're doing and how we're coaching your kid, then the trust factor's gone. It's time to go. But I can guarantee you that we are doing our absolute best for every single one of these kids. And just so you know, I sent all 5 of the coaches to training this past weekend. I didn't get to go, but I've been to like thousands of them. It's always good for a refresher. But I didn't get to go to this one. But 5 of them went this weekend, spent 2 days, all day long, and it was amazing. They learned a ton and brought back a lot of great drills and amazing information. So it was good. But we do regular training with them here and outside of the gym on a regular basis. So that is always happening. We are always learning and we're always growing. So, yes.
So I did this gym machine. Well, it wasn't
Since February.
she's just on my versus
Right. That's
it's
awesome.
not that no one
Thank you.
that's all y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. we love them all too, and we, like I said, we become like a little family, and all the coaches get to know all the girls. That's what's good about this camp, because a lot of the new ones coming up, we don't know all of them very well yet, but we will. That's the more we do these things, the more that we'll get to know all of them, and we grow with them. Like I still have kids that stayed with me and graduated, and they still keep in contact. So like it's you form a bond. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I love it. I love it. This goes along with not wearing jewelry to the gym. Don't let them bring valuable things to the gym, just in case, because you never know what's going to happen with all of that. It is your responsibility to know what's going on with your team, checking bands, and that sort of thing. Any emails that got sent out. Only gymnasts and coaches are allowed in the gym. Please don't yell through the window. Knock up the glass. Get your legs straight. It's okay. Because when you start doing that, then they start not respecting us as much as coaches, and they're paying attention to their parents. So you got to make sure that, we are the coaches. You're the parents. You're there to guide and give them positive praise and that sort of thing. We give them plenty of corrections, plenty of times loud voices. I usually don't really yell unless their behavior. That's when I get upset. When they're not being nice to other kids or that sort of thing. That's when I. But yeah. but I just there's a fine line there that you have to make sure that, and the kids who succeed are the ones who usually get the most positive and let us coach. So that's what we're here for. That's what you pay us for. So. I prefer you don't withhold a child from practice as a punishment. I know they love gymnastics, but when you do that, you're not just punishing your child. Now you're punishing the team and the coach and everybody. So there's got to be other things out there. So I would prefer that you did not do that. Obviously, I'm not you. I can't tell you how to parent your child. Just asking you kindly to not do that. Okay. I think I put this on another slide also, but just remember that if they are not there the week of a competition, they cannot go to the competition. It's not safe. They need to be at practice, go through their routines. We go over meet etiquette, meet what we're doing and how it goes that week. So it's very, very important that they're at competition. They're at practice so that they can compete. I have had some who have been sick, and if we can work it out where they can hop in another practice towards the end or do a private lesson or whatever, that's fine. But just know that they can't not be there the whole week and then try to come to help. I'm going to send them. So we cannot do that. It's not a good idea. And we can tell a difference. It is like night and day when a kid misses that week and then they have a competition. Even if they miss practice and do a lesson, it's not the same. And we'll still let them compete if they make it up. But I'm telling you, they do so much better when they're in their element that week for practice, and then they come to the meet. See what's next. At the competitions, you can't talk to the competition officials. It's a sanctioned thing. Usually, it's blocked off with something, and whoever's inside there, you are not supposed to talk to. And that even goes for if your kid is out there competing and you need they need something or you need something, then you talk to coaches, not to them. And they're not allowed to leave. Once they get into the competition area, they can't leave. They're with us. We're in charge of them. So, okay, I think that's pretty much it for that. So I'll make sure to send you guys out these and go over them with everybody. I'm just going to continue the rest with just the new people that have never competed before. Because if you've already been in competition, you don't need to hear how it is. You already know. Unless you just want to sit here and listen to me talk. Yeah, that's what I thought.
To reiterate.
I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you the schedule. Let me give you that. I have it right here. Okay. Okay. Kylie, Hayden, Destiny, Annalise, you guys are practicing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 4:30 to 8. And then we're going to try to do Fridays 4 to 8. And every once in a while it might be a Saturday, but I'm going to try to do Fridays mostly.
Say Monday.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. The extra one will be Friday. Then, you know how we went back and forth Friday, Saturday? I'm mostly going to do Fridays. Griffin's not doing flag football, so we're going to do Fridays. But every once in a while, we might have to do a Saturday if something going on.
Correct.
That's what she's doing right now.
Okay.
Same as summer. Same. It's still 14 and a half hours. Still 294.
Last year.
Yes. So then the group that's Lottie, Ivy, and Addie is 3 days, 10 and a half hours. They'll be Monday, Thursday, Friday. And they won't be on Tuesday. And then level 3s, which is Caroline, Harlow, Jubilee, Madison. Hopefully Charlie. I gotta look at her thing. Her skills. Sue, Esther, Brooklyn, Emmeline, Ella Grace. They're going to be Tuesday, Thursday, 9 to 12:30.
No, we're not.
No, not 9 to 12:30. Not 9 to 12:30. Just kidding. I didn't change that on there. Just kidding. Hold on. Sorry. That wasn't right. I forgot to change it on that schedule. Good thing I didn't email that one out yet. No, they're going to be Tuesday and Friday.
Tuesday and Friday?
Tuesday and Friday. I think. Yeah, Tuesday, Friday. Yep.
4 to 7:30?
It is 4 to 7:30, yes. Yep. That's level 3. Level 2 is also going to be Tuesday, Friday, but they will be 4 to 6:30. Same. That's staying the same. Yep. Whoops. Yeah. I have to change that. Sorry about that. Oops. And then the level 1s. Yes. Yeah, you guys can go. Thank you. Level 1s are going to be Monday, Wednesday from 4 to 5:30. So that way they'll be out early enough for church. So level 1s will be Monday, Wednesday, 4 to 5:30. Whoops. Yes. Yeah, I didn't change that. Yeah. 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 I tried to keep as much as I could, as close as I could, but it didn't really work out. I don't know what I'm clicking on here. I'm trying to find this. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go back to me specifics now.
We're good.
You're good. Yeah, if you've already been done to competitions and you don't need to hear of this,
Yeah,
you can
we'll
go.
be here. I'm the loudmouth dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to pump them up. Don't get them scared. I was like,
Yeah.
we started out, and I was like,
because I don't even know if you know, but when they approached and she did
She know
something,
because she did.
so they was like, we're gonna move him up. I went home and I was like, man, they trying to take money from me. I was like, nah, not me. My daughter ain't on nobody's team. She don't know what she's doing. And like I said, we've been here. It's gonna be a lot, but once it starts, you're used to it. You're gonna like it. Everybody just gives it. But
You have to. I sent a link.
I got her on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have to do it. Yeah, you have to do it through her. That's the only way that they do it. You have to message her through that. You have to schedule, like, I don't know, she's got a way to
And
do it.
then she comes here.
That I don't know, but probably.
Okay. And then whatever music she does and all that, you just do it with her. And then you guys are good.
I'm not 100% sure how that works. You'll have to ask her if she does music or if we have to have, like, somebody else come in.
Okay.
Outside of me,
I'll get on it as soon as
outside of me, her,
car.
Okay, awesome.
Hey,
go do
like,
things stuff like
working outside.
go do some camps in the summer.
And so that's why I was worried. I was like,
I think she was
because she was supposed to, I didn't shit that. So I was like, 7. So then, like, once when, but, she was supposed to go into this just past Portland. And so Portland got moved to the weekend. And I was like, I was supposed to be on Sundays because she has no other thing. Like, she literally went to school and closed the gym. And I was like, she started struggling and she got like 1 grade level and a half. So I'm like, this work. So she started that. So I don't
Just message her.
I don't see it. It's a whole day of practice, but I don't know on Saturday for her. Just like to see what moved by Monday. School to Saturday.
Through Friday.
Friday, Saturday.
But I still have to have time with my family, too. I know. I know. I know. School nights are. That's why I tried to. We're done at 8, so that it's not as. Yeah, otherwise. I'm trying.
I was like, here, I really was scared. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be like 30 and she's going to be big. And I was like, it's going to be a fight this year. It's going to be a fight this year.
Right.
Well, I want to do that so bad. I keep checking for this week's
Let me start getting my part-time job.
So I feel like
Well, welcome. We appreciate it.
So hopefully we'll do a team outing again this year. We usually go at least once a year to a gym dog together, like everybody else does. So, but last year we did the that was a crazy year moving in this building. But the year before that they did the world tour with all the Olympians, so we did that as well. That was fun. So, but we'll schedule something again this year as a group. But we're gonna go over real quick meet stuff. Meets are usually about 3.5 hours. Start to finish, depending on awards. Sometimes awards take longer, sometimes they don't. It all depends on how it's ran and what's going on. They come out, they do like a 20 to 30 minute warm up, and then they line everybody up and announce everybody, and everybody's like, hey, they say all the gym names or whatever. And then they warm up and compete each event. So they'll like warm up bars, compete bars, warm up the next event. It's always Olympic order. Vault bars being floor, but you might start on a different event and then. So it's Olympic order is vault bars being floor. So if they did bars, they do bars being vaults. Does that make sense? But it's always the same order, so you always know what's next. As far as how it rotates through the kids, so a different kid will start each event also. So they have a list, and they'll say like, let's say there's 10 kids. The first kid starts on vault, and then like the second or third kid will start bars, and then beam and floor. So that kid will start, and then it goes back. Does that make sense? So that's how they, when you get to an event, It's called a rotation sheet. They'll have a rotation sheet for each event, different kid starts that's in that group. And sometimes our group will be probably not this year. We have a lot of kids. Depending on how many kids we have, you might be mixed in with other teams, but I doubt we will this year. We have a lot, almost every level. And then afterwards is awards. It's mandatory to stay for awards through the entire thing. Because if you wouldn't want your kid to be the last kid there and everybody's gone. So we ask everybody to stay through all of the awards. They have to wear their warm up for awards, and I'm very particular about it being zipped up and look nice, so that when they get up there and salute, they don't look like they just rolled out of bed and their stuff's unzipped, hanging off. Like, I'm very particular about that. All my coaches know, and my parents have been around. They know, and they're like, they start to get embarrassed because their kid didn't zip up their jacket. But usually I'm running over there, zip up your jacket. And the little ones, we all help them and fix them, but you never know what they're going to look like by the time they get up there. We go over with the girls. They get up there no matter what place they get. They have to be nice. They shake hands or whatever, be friendly and smile. We go over that with all of them. And if they don't, I get on to them because that's not okay. So, just so you know, that's how that goes down. When I send out the schedule and it says like warm up or whatever is at 8 a.m., that means you have to be there at 7:45. You always have to be there 15 minutes early. Let them get acclimated to the area before they just throw them out on the floor, because then they're all like, oh, what's over there? So always good to be there ahead of time, figure out what's going on, where's everybody at. They can see where you're going to be sitting and that sort of thing, and so that everybody is ready to go. I think I already told you, gymnasts stay in with us. Okay, I already told you all that. All right, meet etiquette for parents. We ask you to have some good team spirit, maybe wear a team shirt or at least our colors. Applaud for everybody. I love it when parents all sit together. It doesn't always happen, and depending on the situation and when people come in or whatever. But the more people that sit together, I think the kids, it gets them more excited, and because they hear everybody cheering and stuff like that. So, I have already said a lot of this stuff. So something really important that y'all need to know is that judging is very discretionary. Okay, so every judge judges a little bit different. So when you go from one meet to the next, your kid could do the exact same routine, but get a lower score. Okay, and it doesn't matter. As long as they are consistent throughout the competition, which usually they are, you'll see where you'll go to a meet and you'll be like, man, all the bar scores were low. Or you'll go to meet and all the vault scores were really high. Usually they're consistent throughout the whole competition, but don't expect your kid to get the same or better every meet. It doesn't happen like that. So what we focus on is their skills. Did they fall? Did they stay on the beam or whatever? Or are they doing the growth that we need them to do? And that's most important. The competitions are fun, and they like to win. So we talk about not getting their points taken away. When you show up, you have 10 points. Now, what you do when you perform depends on if you get to keep those points or not. So we talk about that, but we don't really like focus on scores a lot. We talk about it. They know what they are. Yes, it's great when you have a good meet and that sort of thing, and we praise them obviously, but we don't focus on the scores so much as we do. Your skills are better, you're doing better, you're improving. What can we fix for the next meet, kind of thing. So, really important to know that at competition you cannot have flash photography because it's not safe for them on the apparatus, and the announcer will call you out. So they'll be like, hey, you in the white shirt over there on the left. So, yeah. They will call you out, and then you know to turn your flash off. But yeah, try to make sure those are all off before you take any pictures at the meet or whatever. Okay, now's where you can get to ask questions. Do y'all have any specific questions?
Did say that the sponsorship is just for the meets, right? Like,
So it's for your kid, but the reason we have to say it that way is because we are not a 501(c)(3). We are not a nonprofit, so it can't be like a sponsorship. It has to be an advertisement.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Crossing my fingers and then get corporate.
Yeah.
Awesome.
yes. And then also if you keep the same one every year and we use the same banner, we don't have to take the banner price out, so the whole thing is split instead of having to take out that
Do you
banner.
want me to send you back on?
What'd you put them down to 72?
No, I put them up because I thought.
I mean, up to 78. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I thought
That's
you
fine.
were down to
Oh yeah, these are the preteen parents. I'm just going over more, and I think I'm still online. Maybe.
Do you want me to turn it back on or turn it back down?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We're not. We don't have that much left, anyways.
Okay.
Thank you though. Okay. So did I answer your question?
What does that do?
By December.
By December.
hmm
The first meet you mentioned in June. Is that everybody?
Yes, I believe we're all going to that one. The first meet. Let's see. I believe that is everybody. Yes. Yeah. No. Level 1s are not going to that one. It's 2 and up.
Okay.
Level 1s are doing Heart of Gold, Carrollton, and then Pause for a Cause in Atlanta, and then our meet, which is House of Angels in March, and that's
February.
it. February. Their first meet will be February 10th, that weekend of. We won't know till about 2 weeks before the competition the exact day and time, because they have to take everybody's entries and then figure out who's where and whatever. And so you have to wait till after the entry deadline, and then they figure it out, and then they send it out to everybody. So yeah, that's how that works.
I had to sort out all those kids.
Mhm. Yeah. So I hire somebody out for ours because it's a lot, and she does it on a regular basis. Like they host several meets a year, and she does it for other gyms too. So I just hire somebody out for that.
Totally worth it.
Yes. Yeah, because they know exactly how much time for each level and all that to give to schedule it all out. So, but usually you can have 4 sessions in one day. So,
And when did you say the Jekyll trip was going to be?
the Jekyll is levels 2 and up, and it's the weekend of February 29th.
Okay.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
I guess
she's giving out fake dates.
I hope so. I don't know. I think I got that off of the calendar. So
I made 73 notes. Are you gonna send that? Whatever, all this stuff. Whatever.
Well,
I usually send the the important stuff, like the meet schedule, the prices. I have both sheets of all that kind of stuff, and then I'll send the sponsorship stuff. Yeah, and all the things you have to sign. Yeah. No, yeah, I'll send all that stuff out for sure.
So I'll get you all that for this something.
And hopefully this recorded. It was supposed to, and then I can put it on YouTube like I did last year. So hopefully, fingers crossed. If not, I'll just be sending out all these slides to everybody. So does that y'all feel a little bit better about everything? There's still things are going to come up, and you're going to have questions, and just email me. It's fine. Like I've heard it all. So I've been doing this for like 30 years.
All right. The kids don't stress you that bad.
You know what? When I come in here, it's like a de-stressor. I don't know. You get in like a routine and a mode, and I love it. And that's how our coaches are. We just come in and do our thing.
Sadie's loved it so far, so I'm living like my sleep with her.
I know, me too.
I did it when I was her
Me too.
age, and then I told my mom one day, I want to quit. She's like, okay. Like, she didn't try to push me, probably because I need.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
yeah, but I was 3 levels higher than my age group back then.
Wow. Yeah.
And she just let me.
Oh, don't want to say
No. She's a sore loser. So this is going to be interesting when she gets to her.
So did she just start?
She started last September. She started in like a little